Hello, fellow Good Shepherd members. My name is Joel Sugumar, and I currently have the pleasure of serving as our church council president. Along with me today is Jason Tomanek. Jason is currently serving on our call committee in search of our new senior pastor, in addition to being a vital part of our long-range planning team. Together, we would like to provide a brief update to the church on some major happenings. First off, I would like to thank each and every one of you for the flexibility and positive support over the last year. We've experienced many hurdles during the COVID pandemic, but as a church, we continue to rise to the occasion. I'm now going to turn it over to Jason for a brief update on both the call process and also an update on our long-range planning process. Go ahead, Jason.
Thank you, Joel. Greetings, everybody. First update will come from the call committee perspective. Just know that we are working with the church's best interests in mind. There are 8 of us that are part of this call committee, and although it may have taken us a little bit longer to get started than we would have hoped, we're going to blame that on COVID. We are moving forward with confidence. We have begun the process and conducted a few interviews, and we will continue to prayerfully consider our steps as we move forward, ultimately knowing that our role is to provide a recommendation to the church council on whom the best senior pastor candidate may be. No timeline on the definitive end of this process, but just know that we appreciate your support and we would welcome any feedback or input that you may have as we continue to walk through this journey together. The other update that I can offer is from the long-range planning team. Recently, our group made a recommendation to the church council at the April meeting to engage in a project with Icon Architectural Group from Mandan. Icon will walk through a series of phases to help look at the future needs of the church. The first initial phase is the immediate needs. We know that there are mechanical systems that could use some work. We know that the roof has some attention that needs to be addressed, and so that would be the primary goal, is to work through that initial phase. Phases 2A and 2B will look at the longer term needs, and that's when we start really talking about how to address some of the security issues, accessibility issues. We know that the parking lot on the west side of the building is in a poor state of disrepair. We've got some expansion opportunities, but really what we're looking at here is a more efficient and better use of the existing space within the church. We've heard from feedback from many of you that there is a desire to make better connections between the sanctuary and the Linney Center. The office staff has a little bit of a disjointed workspace with offices on the first floor and in the lower level. With phase 2B, we would be looking at some of those longer range, significant improvements, looking at adding an office suite and addressing safety and security, and ultimately setting the church up for another 60 years in this current location. So with that, we certainly appreciate any feedback and input you may have. There will be several opportunities moving forward as these phases unfold to have congregational involvement and feedback and input. So look for those updates, look for that information coming forward, and we'll be happy to answer any questions that you may have along the way.
Perfect. And I do want to thank you and both those teams. They have worked very, very hard over the past, years for the long-range planning team, and also the call committee. I know they put in a lot of hours here over these last couple of months, so thank you and to the entire team.
I can speak for all of us when I say it's a labor of love. It's work that we enjoy doing, and we certainly understand the value, and it's our ability to give back to this congregation and to the church as a whole. So thank you for that.
Yes, thank you, Jason. Finally, I just want to end with one thing. Our worship here at Good Shepherd continues to evolve. Our online worship options have been well received within the congregation, and that those options will continue. But as we continue in-person services, we continue to monitor attendance and provide the proper amount of services. We have a large and diverse congregation, and we're trying to provide a variety of styles to accommodate everyone. Our Wednesday night service continues to be contemporary, Saturday evening is traditional in nature, and Sunday services are contemporary. This pattern, as of right now, will continue throughout the summer. As we approach the fall season, we will continue to be in a better place to reevaluate and reassess the times and styles of our worship. Thank you for your understanding in this matter. In closing, I would just like to thank you again for the continued support, and I invite all you to share any questions or concerns with me at any time. Thank you and God bless.